Hey guys, for today's video we're going to look at a lab. We're going to look at how water can erode and weather rocks. For this lab we're using Skittles, yellow, brown, and then we have water in a spray bottle. I don't have a pipette at the house, so we're going to use a spray bottle to simulate the pipette. Now with this lab, what we're going to do, it's really easy. We're first going to look at the Skittles, and we know one's yellow, one's brown. And we're going to do 5 sequences of 10 drops of water. So the first time we're going to do 10 drops, we're going to see what happens. Then we're going to do 20 drops. We're going to see what happens. We'll do it 30, 40, and 50. And we're going to see and observe what's happening with our Skittles and our pan or our container, whatever we're using. A pan can work, or a container. Now, I'm going to slowly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's observe. Do we see some of the color wearing off? I do not yet. We see this S in the Skittle, it's kind of losing some color. So now, let's see what happens if we do 20. So let's do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's go to this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we've done 20 drops. Notice how we're starting to get a color. Our water's starting to pick up. Now we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just to speed this up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, look at what's happening to the Skittle. It's almost like it's dissolving. Notice how the yellow coloring is completely off of it. Let's do the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you can clearly see the coloring is starting to wear off. We still have some coloring right there. We still have some coloring right there, but it's starting to dissolve. Now, where do you think the coloring is going? It's kind of hard to tell, but the yellow and the purple have mixed to kind of form orange. So the color is running off of the rock or the Skittle and going into the pan. Same thing with our yellow Skittle, same thing with our purple Skittle or brown Skittle. Now, let's start using the vocabulary that we've learned. When rock materials are moved from one place to another, what do we call that? We call that erosion, the movement of minerals or rocks, pieces of minerals or rocks. Now, what's the breakdown of rocks? Weathering, exactly. Now, bonus question. What type of weathering did we see with the dissolving of the color? Did we see physical or chemical? I want you to hold on to that question because we're going to answer that in a couple minutes. Now, we've got the food coloring pretty much off, but we still have to do 50. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Now, our water's starting to build up. Notice how the yellow is completely gone. It's completely dissolved. The same thing would happen here, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, guys. Let's change the angle. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Now, because you have a bunch of water, you can start to see that there's some yellow. That's because we had the yellow Skittle. So that color was running off of the Skittle. So the external part of the Skittle is now dissolved. What type of weathering is that? Is that chemical or physical? That's chemical, right? Because it's dissolving. If it was physically broken, we would call that mechanical or physical weathering. So, let's recap. We used water to dissolve our Skittle. The color, as we added more water, started to run off of the Skittle. The water then carried it to another direction, which is erosion. See? Erosion, it's moving. The color's moving with it. If the pieces of rock are moving, that's called erosion. And then we saw weathering when the water dissolved the food color off of the Skittle. And more importantly, we saw chemical weathering. Now, what do you think the Skittle represents in our model? This one isn't too hard. Right, it represents a rock. The Skittle is a rock in this experiment, and then we're using water to represent rain. And we obviously see erosion and weathering. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you answer the questions to this video and have a wonderful day.